Hi, I'm firearms attorney Gilbert Ambler of Ambler Law Offices. There has been a lot of concern, a lot of whispers, and a lot of rumors surrounding the ability of Richmond, Virginia to potentially ban firearms pursuant to Virginia Annotated Code Section 15.2-915 during the upcoming Virginia Citizens Defense League Lobby Day in Richmond. While this code section does allow Richmond to ban firearms at permitted event areas, areas that would otherwise require a permit, and areas adjacent to permitted event areas, such a provision should not be read to ban firearms on every public street throughout Richmond. Richmond has reportedly canceled all scheduled events, so we know that there will not be a permitted event taking place. Instead, we need to worry about whether the lobby day events could be construed as events otherwise requiring a permit. Richmond has guidance on their website regarding what types of events they believe necessitate a permit. This guidance states that, among other things, Richmond requires permits for events that are publicly advertised and events which over 300 people will be attending. Irrespective of this guidance, how are you to know whether simply driving on public streets during lobby day constitutes attending an event for which a permit would otherwise be required? Does simply driving through the city or even stepping out of your vehicle to stretch your legs count as presence at an event which would otherwise require a permit? If you are not sure of the answer to these questions, you are not alone. For that reason, if you are charged with a violation of 15.2-915 simply for driving through Richmond on Monday the 18th with firearms otherwise lawfully carried in your vehicle, you may have a defense that the statute is void because it is unconstitutionally vague. After all, laws are required to be clear enough that people can tell whether they are violating the law, and here no one seems to be sure whether driving through the city could count as an event occurring. Furthermore, it seems apparent that not every street in the city could lawfully be construed by Richmond as event space all at the same time, such that it requires a permit. It has also been asked whether the prohibitions on firearms at events would apply to those otherwise lawfully carrying within their vehicle at events. If you are sure that what you are attending counts as an event in Richmond, or what you are attending is an event that would otherwise require a permit, then the answer to this is yes. 15.2-915 grants the city jurisdiction over public streets, roads, alleys, sidewalks, and other public right-of-ways, and does not make any distinction between those carrying in a vehicle and those carrying on foot. For these reasons, if you plan on joining us and driving through Richmond on Lobby Day, we have some guidance for you. If you are in a vehicle and come into contact with law enforcement who wish to search your vehicle, you should not consent to a search for any reason. For the same reasoning or the same logic, even if you are on foot in Richmond, you should not consent to searches. While you may not be able to stop a search from occurring, your lack of consent may still assist you if you are fighting charges later in court. You still need to be respectful with law enforcement, of course. Now, if law enforcement instructs you that you are violating a law by carrying in a specific location and requests that you leave that location, you should do so. Remaining after being warned that you are in violation can be grounds for criminal charges. If law enforcement do not have a valid reason to ask you to leave, that is an issue that we can handle down the road later in court. Furthermore, if law enforcement officials ask you questions about where you are going, what you are doing, or what you are taking part in, you should respectfully refuse to discuss your day with them. Even if you are frustrated with them, making statements will not help you if you are criminally charged down the road. If you have questions about any of what we have just discussed, contact our office at 540-550-4236. Again, that number is 540-550-4236. We will be answering the phone over the weekend leading up to Lobby Day. We hope to see you in Richmond on Monday. Stay safe, stay respectful, and stay legal.